Many of the survivors can't quite believe they're alive with so many injuries.
He sustained quite a number of injuries. He had several shrapnel lodged on his shoulder. He had a fracture on his foot. He had a gunshot wound on his right thigh and another fracture on his forearm.
A grenade blew off part of his left foot, and he's already had several operations with more planned. One after the other, the shoppers and workers of the mall told of being sprayed with bullets. The attackers just didn't seem to care, and yet when Saeed Ibrahim pleaded for his life, they let him go.
I just told them to leave me alone. I've been injured, so they let me go. They said, we won't do anything to you. Go, because you have been shot already.
It sounds like you had an incredibly lucky escape.
Yeah. I was the first person to come out of Nakumatt, injured person. I don't think if anyone else had come out.
Well, I mean, you must still be in quite a lot of shock, I would imagine.
Yeah, the memory you can't forget. You know, we usually see it in the TV and movies. You wouldn't expect to see in reality. So just imagine what it was.
And what about what these people have done and what they're still doing? Because we're still not sure it's all entirely over.
Yeah, it's not yet over. Let's pray for the best, nothing else.
But despite some astonishing stories of survival, Shamim Marlou was shot 3 times, yet she's worried about her country and the future in the aftermath of this atrocity.
As long as we're giving out good news to the world that Kenya is at peace, this can happen to any country, any time. As in Britain, it can happen. It can happen anywhere. So keep tourists coming. We need all the help we can get. And thank you very much. Thank you.
One of the country's most recognisable religious leaders urged governments around the world to take note of what's happening in East Africa.
I own up to what is happening in the world, that we made the world into this kind of polarization and extremism. And it's high time we think of how to depolarize the world when people move to the extremes. You know, a point of no return, that they can destroy children, they can destroy everything.
The terrorist siege has drawn together this often fractured population, and the sad expectation is that Nairobi's morgues may yet be filled with more victims. The hurt in this nation is deep, and the trauma of what's happened over the past few days may yet translate into seismic changes in the way Kenyans live. Alex Crawford, Sky News, Nairobi.